Hi, everyone. I'm Jeran Van Alphen, certified financial planner with Centered Financial. In this Ask Jeran, I'm going to answer the question, how do I make sure everything is okay? The way that we're going to do this is I want to just take you through the steps of a financial fire drill. Now, what this is doing is really just planning ahead for the worst case scenarios, for death, disability, mental impairment. And these are situations that we don't normally like to think about. We kind of put off planning. In fact, there's a good quote. I'm reading the book Outlive: The Science and Art of Longevity by Dr. Peter Attia right now. And in there, I read this passage where he says, this forces people to focus on their own end game, which most of us might prefer to avoid thinking about. Economists call this hyperbolic discounting. It's the natural tendency for people to choose immediate gratification over potential future gains, especially if those gains entail hard work. Now, in that, he's talking about taking action to improve our health and our health span later in life. I'm using that quote to pertain to the actions that we need to take to make sure that everything is okay in those situations where usually there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of emotion. And so the first thing that I want to show you is just this worksheet, Life After Loss. Now, this is really geared towards somebody who has lost a loved one, so a widow or widower. But the reason why I start with this is, I call it the financial fire drill. This is taking us through the motions of, if something were to happen to you, what do you want to see happen? What action should be taken? So the nice thing about this worksheet is there's a list of documents that somebody is going to need in the event of a death. And then there are these prompts for conversation. So the first steps that somebody has to take, the first 6 months after losing someone, and then planning for the future after that. So these are really conversation prompts, having that conversation with a spouse, a partner, a loved one, and make sure that as you go through this process that somebody may go through, that they have what they need in order to prepare. The next worksheet that I'm going to share with you is this worksheet, Safeguarding Your Financial Plans. And again, this just provides some conversation prompts for us. So first of all, thinking about your current finances. Now, this is somebody who is single. This may be just making sure that there's somebody that knows about your finances. If something were to happen to you, what should they do? If you have a partner or a spouse, you may have different responsibilities when it comes to the household finances. And if something were to happen to you, how are they going to make sure that they know what to do with your responsibilities? Beyond that, it just talks about keeping people in the loop. And then there's a checklist of things to get organized and make sure that everybody's on the same page. The last worksheet that I'm going to share with you is just preparing your estate plan. Now, this is really focused on the documents that you may need. So everybody's situation is a little bit unique, and it's important to go through and understand what these documents are and make decisions for yourself on what documents that you need. This also encourages working with a professional, making sure that you speak with an attorney that can help guide you through this decision-making process, and making sure that you have an estate plan in place. But the reason I really like this worksheet is this section, put your love in writing. I think this is the key, beyond just the legal documents that you need, making sure that you take a time to really think about what you want, what message you want to send to those who matter to you. Whether it's making sure that there's a mementos or a letter, or just what you want them to hear from you. So taking a little bit of time with that is important. It's okay if it does take time. Now, beyond that, there's more risk management techniques such as insurance, things like that. So if you have questions, please reach out to us. We're always happy to help. But these checklists should give you some prompts to have a good conversation and go through, like I said, the fire drill. Go through the motions of what's supposed to happen in the event of a death, disability, or if you just can't take care of yourself, and make sure that you have the proper planning in place. Okay, that's all for this Ask Jeran, and we hope this helps.